Good morning. Here is today's word of blessings for you. Exodus 33:7-14. Now Moses used to take a tent and pitch it outside the camp some distance away, calling it the tent of meeting. Anyone inquiring of the Lord would go to the tent of meeting outside the camp. And whenever Moses went out to the tent, all the people rose and stood at the entrances to their tents, watching Moses until he entered the tent. As Moses went into the tent, the pillar of cloud would come down and stay at the entrance, while the Lord spoke with Moses. Whenever the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the entrance to the tent, they all stood and worshipped, each at the entrance to their tent. The Lord would speak to Moses face to face, as one speaks to a friend. Then Moses would return to the camp, but his young aide Joshua son of Nun did not leave the tent. Moses said to the Lord, "You have been telling me, lead these people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. You have said, I know you by name and you have found favor with me. If you are pleased with me, teach me your ways so I may know you and continue to find favor with you. Remember that this nation is your people." The Lord replied, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." Today's title is My Friend from Above. What is your relationship with God like? The Bible describes man's relationship with God in many different ways. God is the Creator. We are a creature. God is the Father. We are His children. God is King. We are His people. But my favorite description of the relationship between God and man is that God and man are friends. Friendship is the most casual and open relationship among men. It is the best horizontal relationship. We can level with friends about anything. Can we level with God, who is our Creator, Lord, and King, as a friend? Yes, only if God first lowers Himself and levels with us. The good news is that God did. Today's passage shows vividly what went on at the tent of meeting at the time of Exodus. Whenever Moses went into the tent of meeting, God came down from above to meet Moses. When Moses went in the tent of meeting to meet God, the pillar of the cloud came down and stayed at the entrance while the Lord spoke with Moses. Inside the tent, the Lord would speak to Moses face to face as one speaks to a friend. What a sight! So all the people of Israel stood in awe watching the friendly gathering between God and man. Young Joshua, who was then the servant of Moses, couldn't leave the place long after the meeting between God and Moses was over. I can understand why. That was really some sort of heaven on earth. What were God and Moses talking about there? We have a brief excerpt of the conversation between God and Moses in verses 12-14. It is not a typical conversation between God and man as we expect. It's indeed a typical dialogue between friends. Look at the last sentence of verse 13. Moses says to the Lord, "Remember that the nation is your people, not mine, if I may add." Then the Lord yields to Moses, saying, "Okay. If I may add, I will go with you. I will give you rest." Can you feel the intimacy of the relationship between God and man? Whenever I read this passage, I wish I were Joshua then and there. Perhaps you have the same wish. If so, you and my wish have come true. Jesus came and told us, "I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you." And our friend Jesus died for us, saying, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." You are my friends if you do what I command. What a friend! I have some good friends. But I call Jesus my best friend. I am always reverently thrilled and exuberant whenever I think about His friendship for me. I know not any friend like Jesus. How about you? I wish you have many good friends. But never miss the wonderful unearthly friendship with God. There's nothing like it.